Hello world, it's me again, Allison, and
Phoenix.
Hope everybody's doing great today. We are here to do our active listening, our wonder reading is what we're calling it, and it is different than regular reading because we are listening for specific words in our book. Today's book is Bunny's Book Club. I've been choosing bunny and chick and chicken egg books all week. This is our final Eastery type book of the week. Happy Good Friday. I hope everybody is home and safe and well and taking a break. If you're an essential worker, hopefully you have the day off. I just want to say thank you to all our nurses and doctors out there who are fighting COVID-19 on the front lines. We're so grateful to your services, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Active listening is going to happen real soon, but a little bit about me. I am the founder and director of Wonderland Performing Arts, and at Wonderland we offer classes and camps and workshops, and we also produce musicals, usually sometimes straight plays or original plays. We have at least 7 every year that we do, and right now a few of our shows are postponed, like Charlotte's Web and Storytelling, which is an original show, and Aladdin Kids. So we are so ready to be all back together so that we can gather in large groups and entertain and share our gifts with each other. It is our favorite thing to do, and so from our homes, my staff and I were thinking about ways that we can help keep you inspired and creative at home. And so 3 times a day, every weekday at 11, 2, and 5, we put out little lessons and ideas for you to try at home with us. All of my staff is working really hard to share their gifts with you. So be sure to check out Wonderland TV. You can find it on our website. On the home screen, there's a little Wonderland TV button you click, and all the videos are right there in the channel. There should be something for everybody. We sing, we dance, we act, we sometimes do visual arts with Miss Emmeline, playing the piano with Mr. Collins. So there's something for everyone. We try to have a variety of things for all ages. So be sure to check that out because it's a lot of fun and it's free. For the month of April, we are just giving it out to our community and hopefully keeping smiles on faces. Phoenix, tell us about some of your favorite roles that you've played in the shows that we've done at Wonderland.
Well, Elsa was my favorite.
We just did Frozen Junior in January.
But for a really long time, my favorite was the very first role that I had. It was Rafiki. And like every single time anyone would be like, "Hey Phoenix, what was your favorite?" And I would be like, Rafiki. Because I love The Lion King.
Yes. And you did a great job as Rafiki.
And I would speak Swahili to people for years afterwards.
We had fun with that one. And one that I really liked that you did was The Lady of the Lake in Spamalot.
I always forget about that one, but that one.
I loved doing Spamalot. That show was so fun, so funny. Okay, so let's get down to business to defeat the Huns, to defeat COVID. Bunny's Book Club is written by Annie Silvestro and illustrated by, I hope I'm saying this right, Tatiana May Weiss. I may not have said that correctly, but I think that's my best educated guess. If you're watching right now, please comment so we can tell you hi, because all we can see right now are little thumbs ups. And we love our thumbs ups, but we want to know who they're coming from, so be sure to tell us hello. This is one of Dolly Parton's Imagination Library books. I'm a huge fan of Dolly Parton and everything that she does and gives back to the world. It's wonderful. It's got a cute little cover page. Lots of animals. Oh, let's tell them about our active listening words today, Phoenix. What are they?
So our words are bunny, and we usually do this for bunny, but today we're going to do this.
This is backwards. Yeah, we've been doing ears, but today we're going to switch it up. We're going to, for bunny, and book. We're going to open our book like this. And what's our last word?
Said.
Said. So we're going to be listening when someone says something. So listen for the word said and put your hand behind your ear. Are you guys ready? Let's do it.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Bunny loved books. Where's the bunny? Can you find him?
He's
right there. He loved them ever since he first heard the lady with the red glasses reading aloud outside the library. As he listened, Bunny imagined himself climbing mountains, captaining a ship, ruling a kingdom. Pretty artwork in here. But when summer ended, story time moved back inside. Bunny wasn't sure if animals were allowed in the library, but Bunny was sure he couldn't live without books. He had to do something. Night after night, he could hardly sleep for wishing. So with a flashlight in his paws and hope in his heart, Bunny jumped out of bed and tiptoed through the dark. But when he reached the library door, it was locked. So were the windows. Bunny tried digging, climbing, and yanking. Nothing worked. Until finally, he noticed the book return. The shiny handle was far above his head, but it was no match for a high-hopping bunny hungry for books. Bunny leapt. He clung to the bar, flung himself over, and wriggled his cottontail through the slot. He landed inside with a thud. Bunny's eyes sparkled at the sight of the shelves bursting with books. It was better than a field full of fresh, crunchy carrots. Bunny didn't know where to start. He took a deep breath. It smelled as if he were wrapped inside the pages of his favorite book. He followed his nose to the adventure section. There he found stories about swashbucklers, sharks, and superheroes. Bunny greedily grabbed them all. His whiskers twitching with excitement, he slipped his treasures through the book slot one by one. Then, performing his best balancing act, Bunny wobbled home. He couldn't wait to dig in. There's a tower of books on his head. He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books. And so Bunny returned to the library each night. He searched and sneaked, then scurried back to read. Soon his home was more books than a burrow. Then one evening a loud knock startled Bunny. He closed his book and opened the door. Pay attention, Phoenix. Where have you been? Asked Porcupine. Reading, said Bunny. Why? Said Porcupine. Bunny's eyes popped wide open. Why? He sputtered. Have you ever been to the library? It was time for Bunny to let Porcupine in on his secret. Are you sure this is a good idea? Said Porcupine. Calm your quills, said Bunny. I'm too prickly. I'll never fit. Bunny pushed and shoved until pop went Porcupine. Bunny slipped in and flipped on his flashlight. Whoa, said Porcupine. I know, said Bunny. Do you think there's a story about balloons? I've always wondered about balloons. Most definitely, said Bunny. Sure enough, Porcupine found books on balloons and on deserts and dunes, on caterpillars and cocoons. When Bunny handed him one about hedgehogs, he hugged it. The two friends took turns cramming books out the slot, their towers teetering so high they could barely carry them. Back at Bunny's, they cozied up with cups of tea and carrot muffins. Together they read until sunrise. One night, Bear noticed the light on at Bunny's. He opened the door and tripped over a stack of books. What's going on? Said Bear. Here, said Bunny, handing him a book. Bear made room and settled in to read. Soon more curious animals began visiting. Do you have any books about outer space? Said Bird. Or about volcanoes? Asked Mole. I'd like a ghost story, said Mouse. I think it's time for a field trip, said Bunny. I see you, Phoenix.
Oh, good.
One by one, the animals stuffed themselves inside the library. Bear caused a bit of a delay. They scattered about, sniffing the stacks, pawing over pages. Squirrel gathered stories about the circus. Raccoon nabbed one about outlaws and bandits. Frog found a fairy tale. No one heard the key in the front door. No one heard the clack, clack, clacking of footsteps. No one heard the light flick on. It's a lot of animals in the library. What do we have here? Said the librarian. The animals looked up in shock. Bunny gasped. Porcupine gaped. Bear groaned. Follow me, she said. The animals marched slowly behind her. We're done for, whispered Porcupine. All libraries have rules, said the librarian sternly. Bunny's whiskers trembled. Porcupine's back bristled. Bear eyed the door. Bunny stepped forward to take the blame. The librarian leaned down. The first rule is every book lover must have one of these, she said. She handed Bunny and his friends shiny new library cards. You may now borrow the books, she said, smiling, as long as you return them, of course. Bunny couldn't believe his ears. They could keep coming to the library. He beamed at his fellow readers, then bounced to the shelves. He picked the perfect book. He proudly checked out the very first official selection for Bunny's Book Club. The end. That's a sweet little book.
Yeah.
And it says on the back, when you open a book, you discover a world. Very cool. So, as actors, it's our job to bring words on a page to life. And, these are children's books, but, when we get a play or a musical, it's our job to take those words and figure out what they mean and add our own ideas to them as long as we're honoring the text. So I love books, and I love to share books with people. Being that we have to do this through a screen, it's one of the ways that I could figure out to share and bring text to life for you. And the reason we do active listening is because it helps us keep our brains really focused We're listening for specific words. So when you're an actor and you're off stage or you're on stage and you're listening to your fellow actors, you have to be sure you're hearing your cue lines or the cue for your entrance or your exit so that the show keeps flowing, because we do live theater. We're not doing movies and TV where you can edit it or do it over and over again. We do it the one time for an audience. So we have to be really on our toes and really focused. And so that's why I'm sharing active listening with you, and it's fun for all ages, and it's something I encourage you to do at home. And we do 3 words per book, because typically, you can find words that are repeated in a book. So we just try to find the words that are most popular in each book and choose those, and then we make up little emotions to go with them, and it's a lot of fun. So I thank you for joining me today. I don't see any comments today. There's no one commenting, and it makes me sad. So please tell me hi if you're watching. I do want to say that with Wonderland TV, if you feel it in your heart to help us keep things moving forward during this time, and you have the funds and you want to help us out, please donate to our Venmo account at Wonderland Performing Arts. Not .com. It's just at Wonderland Performing Arts on Venmo, and that's going to help us just keep our doors open whenever our virtual doors open, and then whenever we can get back together, it'll help us get back in business. And we also have summer camps, so we are optimistic about getting back together this summer, at least by July, hopefully. And so we have our summer camp registration open right now, and we have so much fun at summer camp at Wonderland. We create art every day. We get our ideas out of our brains and we bring them to life. So please join us for those. You can find information about our summer camps on our website. If you have any questions, you can message us straight through the website. We'll be happy to answer those for you. And we just hope that we're all back together again really soon and playing. We also have private lessons available as well. So info@wonderlandperformingarts.com if you would like to set up a private lesson. I hope you all have a great Easter and awesome weekend, and I'll see you at 2 o'clock on Monday. Bye.
Bye.